with lesson 9. So before in lesson 8, we were multiplying numbers, and we had, if you look here in the previous section, and I'll go back a little bit just to show you. So when we were multiplying numbers, then we ended up with a bigger number here. So there's a smaller number on this side and bigger numbers on this side. Well, today we're going to be talking about dividing, and we'll get into that here shortly. This here is like our application problem that I want to go over with you. So we're going to answer these two questions here, and it gives us a hint that 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. So what fraction of a foot is 1 inch, and what fraction of a foot is 3 inches? Well, first thing I'm going to do is draw a tape diagram to help me figure that out. So I'm going to draw that here, and then I will show it to you. All right, so I know that the entire thing is 1 foot, and just one of these, this entire thing is 1 foot. Each one of these is 1 inch, because we know that there's 12 inches in 1 foot, thanks to that hint they gave us. So what is the fraction if they're talking about 1 inch here? So we would say the fraction is 1 over 12. That's a funny looking 2, but it's hard to write upside down. So 1 over, let me fix it for you, 12, okay? So for the fraction, to answer this question, 3 inches, so 3 inches out of 12 inches are shaded in. So my fraction is going to be 3/12. Okay? So let's see. Now let's get into some dividing. So before, in the previous lesson, what we were doing was multiplying whatever number we multiplied our numerator, we needed to multiply our denominator, both of them. So we're going to do that here, but we're going to divide. So what did they divide 12 by to get the answer to? 6. 6 can go into 12 2 times. So I'm also going to divide 6 by 6. So here we go. I know that I'm writing it for you here so it's a little easier to understand. So they divided 12 by 6. That's how they got this too. So I'm going to also divide the numerator by 6, which will get me 1. So 6/12 should equal 1/2. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So we have 2/8 is equal to blank over 4. Okay, well, let's see. What did they multiply 8 by to get 4? Well, I know that 4 can go into 8 2 times, so it must have been 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, so I better divide 2 by 2. And that would get me 1. Okay, so I know they gave me this number, so they must have divided 8 by 2 to get 4. So we'll also divide, we have to use the same number, 2, and they got 1. So 6/8 is equal to 1/4. Hopefully you guys are catching on. Let's look at this next one here. So we're kind of going this way. So 3/12 is equal to blank over 4. Well, how many times can 4 go into 12? 3. So if they divided by 3 on the bottom, we better divide by 3 on the top, which would give us 3/12 is equal to 1/4, because we did 12 divided by 3 to get 4, and 3 divided by 3 to get 1. Okay, 2/6 is equal to blank over 3. I wonder what that will be. So we have, I'm going to write it on the whiteboard here. How many times can 3 go into 6? 2. So they divided 6 by 2. So I better divide 2 by 2, which would give me 1/3. So 2/6 is equal to 1/3. So they divided, if you're going to divide the bottom, you better divide the top by the same number. Okay, let's look at this last one here. 4/12 is equal to blank over 3. Okay, well, let's write it out. And again, these slides are shared with you in the Google Classroom, and you will actually be able to click in here and put the correct answers. So if you want to do that while you're following along with this video, that would be fantastic. Okay, so we have that they must have divided 12 by 4 to get 3. So we would also, and the reason I know that is because, well, they already gave me this number, and I know that 3 can go into 12 4 times. So if I divide 12 by 4, I also need to divide the top number by 4, which would get me 1. So 4/12 is equal to 1/3. Okay. That's it, guys. Good luck.